Thank you for staying with us. Former Huntsville Police Department officer William Darby has pleaded guilty to manslaughter, ending a case that began in 2018. Darby's saga included a murder conviction and reversal of that conviction, and he was set to go on trial again in December. And here's more from Fox News' Tom Rigotti.
Former Huntsville cop William Darby is pleading guilty to manslaughter for the shooting death of Jeffrey Parker in 2018. Darby shot Parker, who was holding a flare gun to his head, moments after entering Parker's home. A jury found Darby guilty of murder and sentenced him to 25 years in prison, but the conviction was overturned. Darby pled guilty to avoid another trial for murder, and under the plea agreement, he won't serve any more prison time after being held for 20 months. Madison County DA Rob Broussard says what Darby did was clearly unlawful, but adds it did occur during the course of his job, which Broussard says is not easy. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
California will raise the minimum wage for healthcare workers to $25 per hour over the next decade over a new law Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom signed yesterday. The new law is the second minimum wage increase Newsom has signed. Last month, he signed a law raising the minimum wage for fast food workers to $20 per hour. Both wage increases are the result of years of lobbying by labor unions, which have significant sway in the state's Democratic-dominated legislature. The wage increase for healthcare workers reflects a carefully crafted compromise in the final days of the legislative session between the healthcare industry and labor unions to avoid some expensive ballot initiative campaigns. Chicago is now providing up to $9,000 in rental assistance to migrants that are seeking temporary housing. The plan allows the state to assist migrants for a 6-month period, which includes assistance with moving in and a starter kit to furnish the apartment. This comes as the city scrambles to find solutions to combat the ongoing migrant crisis. Just this week, 41 buses arrived in Chicago, bringing the total number of migrants in shelters to 11,000, with 4,000 still sleeping on police station floors and staying at airports. After the break, protests at a South Carolina University campus for a reason that you'll find interesting. We have a Yogi Bear wannabe in Connecticut, and Talking Ginger has your national forecast. We'll be right back.
Upon approaching the 18th green, Issa Tanaka silently proclaimed, "My brother may think he's a better golfer, a more witty conversationalist. He may think he's superior, but he's not. Because I switched to Consumer Cellular for the same coverage for up to half the cost. He may have mom's dimples, but I pay less for wireless.
I'm the one who wins."
Birds, when freedom calls, we're here to answer.
In 3 seconds, Janice will win a speedboat.
Bingo! I'm moving to the lake! Gotta sell the house.
Ooh, that's a lot of work.
Ooh.
Don't worry, skip the hassles and sell directly to Open Door.
Bingo.
Get your competitive offer at opendoor.com.
Welcome back. Now, some of the content in this next story might be a little too much for you guys, but we're going to do our best. Anyway, students at Clemson University held a march this week to protest the removal of feminine hygiene products from men's bathrooms on campus. Take Back Pride holds an annual march, but the main student organizer of the event cantankerously declared, "Today we are marching for the reinstatement of the menstrual products in the men's restrooms in Cooper Library and throughout campus." And here's more from Fox News' Gary Baumgarten.
College Republicans mocking the feminine hygiene dispensers in men's bathrooms prompted Clemson University to remove them. But that is creating a backlash as well, as students marched to protest the decision, demanding that menstrual products be returned to men's bathrooms and that the Republican students be reprimanded, claiming that they are contributing to a campus climate that encourages transphobic rhetoric. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Now, from protests against menstrual products to bears craving frozen chicken? This is no joke, folks. A large black bear was caught on a home surveillance camera raiding a woman's kitchen in Connecticut and snatching a frozen chicken before darting out the cracked open window. And here's more from Fox News' Leah Sabriti on this Yogi Bear wannabe.
This one may be smarter than the average bear, captured on home security camera footage inside a Barkhamsted home in Litchfield County, Connecticut. What's getting the most attention is the black bear's trip to the kitchen. pulling open a freezer drawer, grabbing some frozen lasagna, then using the freezer as a step to get out through the same unlocked window believed to have been used to get in. There was no damage to the home, but based on its tags, this bear was already being tracked by the State Department of Environmental Protection. And it has good taste. The lasagna was from Anna's Kitchen, a restaurant run by the homeowner's family. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Well, he's definitely smarter than the average bear. Anyways, the University of Notre Dame announced yesterday that the Reverend John Jenkins will give up the school's presidency at the end of the 2023-24 academic year to return to teaching and ministry. Jenkins, the university's 17th president, has led the school since 2005. A search is underway for the next president, who will be elected by the trustees from among the priests of the Congregation of Holy Cross, the university's founding order. Finally, let's turn things over to Talking Ginger with your national forecast.
Thanks, Ben. This coast-to-coast storm that we've been tracking all this week is finally moving out of the Midwest this morning and into the Mid-Atlantic by this afternoon and evening. Now, I don't expect a complete washout, maybe around 1 to 2 inches for the Mid-Atlantic, but there will be gusty winds too, especially near the coast. Cooler temperatures prevail behind the system with highs in the 50s from the northern plains to the northeast. We are also watching some showers and thunderstorms extending south into the Carolinas, especially along the coast. I should note that some of the strongest storms in parts of North Carolina could produce a brief tornado, so make sure to stay weather aware. Mainly dry conditions are expected for most of the middle part of the country. Meanwhile, in the Pacific Northwest and Northern California, we have rain continuing for most of the day. And fall is finally coming for Florida, as cooler temperatures are expected for Sunday and Monday. However, near-record temperatures are possible for parts of South Florida today. But anyways, that is your national forecast for the country. Now back to you, Ben.
Thanks, Ginger, and that's also going to do it for us here on Talking Tom Ben News. On behalf of all of us here at Talking News, this is Talking Ben, wishing you a great rest of your day, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.